Good morning everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Crystal. Good morning. The weather is hot, very hot. The sun is shining. I'm here in my flat and I'm just trying to keep cool. I've got 3 fans on at the moment, 2 of which I kept on overnight because it is really hot and I'm sweating. The temperature inside this flat is 23.5 degrees, so more brilliant sunshine. Great. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning, and happy birthday to J.J. Abrams, who successfully rebooted not one but 2 blockbuster sci-fi franchises, Star Trek and Star Wars. Live long and may the Force be with you, J.J.
Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 8:10 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today? Alexa, the date.
Sure, here's a bespoke mix just for you.
And all fun and jokes aside, nigga, I need them minds, no
Alexa.
entendres, nigga.
Alexa,
Lines, metaphors, nigga.
what's the date today?
Out them grills, nigga. I need that feeling when you was handing out them sneakers, nigga. When you had everybody.
I don't understand why Alexa brought something on up that she said was bespoke when I asked her what the date was. So we're going to have to reboot Alexa, because I get this a lot in the morning. I'll say something to Alexa and she'll put something completely different on that's irrelevant to what I've just said. So that's weird. Yeah, last night I took Max out for a walk. We had a relaxing walk around the field. There was a woman with glasses and a ponytail, because you've got to remember what my mum said when I was round there yesterday, that everyone was copying my mum. And my mum's a 70-year-old lady with grey hair and she's hunched over. So when I went onto the field last night, there was a woman with a ponytail like mine wearing glasses and walking her dog on the field, and there was a commotion. There was 2 men and a woman in the bushes. So 2 blokes, doesn't leave nothing to imagination what was going on, but I saw a man in a white shirt, like, going like this. I was going like that, staggering about, so I didn't go anywhere near him. So I walked across the grass. Now the grass is thick and it's like, it like scratches your legs. So you could get the gist of what was going on. There was 2 blokes and a woman right down in the long grass, right? And the one bloke was staggering up out of the grass and going like this. So I walked completely across them out of the way, and they were making noises and I didn't go anywhere near it. I was tired, I was hot, and I just wanted to mind my own business, so I walked completely across the field away from it. And apart from these 3 doing what they were doing in the grass, and this woman that had now gone back, she turned back and gone the other way, because you know, you don't want to go anywhere near that. That's trouble for a start. So I started walking around, and then there was a big Asian man with a husky. Now huskies are big dogs, and this husky was on a long yellow lead, and basically I didn't walk into the husky. I backed off and I walked down a different path. And as I was walking down the different path, those 3 had now walked and were staggering. Whether they were drunk and on drugs, I don't know. They were walking the other way. So I was sandwiched in the middle between 3 people and a bloke with a husky dog on a long lead. So one of them made a rude noise as I was walking down the path, rude noise. And people like that you've got to be careful of, because drunks and drug addicts get angry and they can attack you. So I just kept away from it. And now they were staggering along, and they went and sat on a bench. 1 woman and 2 men. And they were walking in front of her, leaving her behind. They'd obviously been up to no good in the bushes. And they'd gone and sat on a bench. And the girl was going, "Oh, come over and look at me." And I just walked up the steps, and I walked around them and completely ignored it. And it's every time I go out in the evening, and I'm a woman. So Charlotte came round to see my mother, Jennifer, in a pair of really short denim shorts, right, and a vest. I had a woman on the balcony in a short and vest yesterday when I went out there. I'm a woman, a female, and this woman was trying to draw her attention to herself on the field. I'm a woman. And believe you me, I'm an older woman. And when I was younger, I had my fun. I went out to pubs. I had a sex life. I've got older. I've got divorced. But nothing. It doesn't bother me. It completely doesn't bother me. Somebody was saying to me, before the Flirt Finder ship packed in, somebody said to me, "What turns you on?" And I said, "Nothing. I'm an older woman now. I get on with my life. I'm quite happy with sitting down in the winter evenings with a pair of slippers, a dressing gown on, drinking a hot cup of chocolate, watching a great film. I've been there. I've done that. I'm an older person. I was younger once. I'm not explaining anything else, but when you put yourself about and you just keep sleeping with men, right, it doesn't do anything for your self-esteem. It doesn't. When you let men just use your body, it doesn't do anything for your self-esteem. It's not enjoyable going around having one-night stands. It's not enjoyable. It might be to start with, but then you get fed up with it, and then men think you're easy and they just use you for sex. And I'm not interested. I couldn't care less. But all I know is if I had a girlfriend, I wouldn't take her. If I was a woman, and if I was a man, sorry. Let's get this straight. If I was a man and I was taking a woman out, I wouldn't do in the bushes where dogs shit. And if I was a woman, I wouldn't let myself be abused on the field. But because these women are drunk and they're on drugs and they're being taken advantage of, that is what's happening. And that is what happened to me. And now I appreciate myself more. I value myself more, and I don't think that is exciting. I don't think it's cool to flash yourself in the bushes when that should be done, away from people walking their dogs. It's not. I know the mentality of some people. It's a mentality of someone that shouts out of a car window, slag! That's the mentality of people like that. And I'm not, that doesn't you just completely ignore it because all they're doing is attention seeking. That's all they're doing. Like I said, I'm an older person. We all misbehave when we're younger. I'm older now. I'm getting on with my life. Things like that I don't find funny anymore. Maybe I would have done when I was their age, but I'm an older woman, and I don't think that's the appropriate place to have intimate relations. I don't. And it wasn't dark, it was broad daylight. And then I came back home, and someone had taken the sea off of the Rochester riverside, and I don't know how they'd done that. Either it fell down, or someone had got up on a ladder and broke it off, basically. But it's very funny that when I went up to my mum, a washing line, she said she thought someone had cut her washing line, and her trellis was broken. And I just feel that this is all fake and staged. I'm sorry, but I do. I think it's all fake and staged. Myself, personally. So good morning, everybody. I've come back and found that where I walk up and down to the shops, people, I don't know what happened yesterday, but there was drunks hanging around again, drunks and drug addicts. Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Thursday, the 27th of June.
Alexa, what's the weather outlook? Alexa, what's the weather outlook?
Good morning, Crystal. Currently, in Rochester it's 19 degrees Celsius with partly sunny skies. Today, you can expect lots of clouds, with a high of 25 degrees and a low of 12 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
Knock knock. Who's there? Boo. Boo-hoo. Don't cry. It's only a joke.
And Alexa, whose birthday is it today? Alexa, whose birthday is it today?
Today's famous birthdays include Emma Zia Darcy, New Zealand actress Emma Lahana, American film and television producer and director J.J. Abrams, American actor and film producer Tobey Maguire, and American actor and pop singer Drake Bell.
Yeah, so guys, I hope everybody has a great day. I'm a bit tired and exhausted from yesterday. I believe that you should say what you think and tell the truth. I know people don't like you for it, but it's better to be like that in the long run than tell people lies and people find out the truth anyway. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
If your discussions aren't based on the sort of John Redwood style of arguments like Nazi Europe or something like that, but on a cooperation thing, then you have much better chance of success if you talk to people instead of shouting at them.
Right, okay. Well, let's of course, in a week's time we'll have a pretty good idea, well, in a week, 8 days' time we'll have a pretty good idea which way it's going. But again, it is understandable that is what Labour will seek to do. Whether there's a guarantee, I think it was wrong. Sarah, you're not listening. It wasn't 700,000 illegals came in. I said specifically the vast number, the huge number, is people who, of course, seek migration, come through airports, for all I know. It is, as we know, since January of last year, when the Prime Minister gave his pledge, that's 50,000 in that entire period, which is effectively 18 months. So, Sarah, do try to listen to the figures. I will have more reaction on that in just a moment. But in a related conversation, And on Tuesday's immigration debate here on LBC between Home Secretary James Cleverly and Shadow Home Secretary Yvette Cooper, it occurred to me that on many occasions, and I'm not being critical of the two, and me included, we speak too much of ideas, numbers, figures, courts, that we know what we mean, but sometimes the message goes over the head of listeners, particularly young people. What do they know about this subject? Expressions such as net migration, the ECHR, the skilled worker visa salary threshold, they're hurled around by politicians. The first-time voters even have the slightest clue what's going on. LBC's Heather Hodnott went out to the busy shopping streets of central London to specifically locate and identify under 25-year-olds to ask them how much of the migration conversation they actually understand.
What is the Bibi Stockholm?
That's a capital city, right?
Immigration is a key issue in this election.
When it comes to immigration, net migration, illegal migration,
small boat crossings, control of our borders, smash the gangs.
But what do young people in London think about the way that politicians talk about it?
I want a slang book, honestly. I want to know what the hell they're on about.
I asked voters how much they've picked up about some of the politicians' favourite themes.
First one is, do you know what net migration is? Do you know what that means? No. I've never heard of that. Is it like mass migration? I have no idea. No idea.
Is it like the amount of people who like leave and like come in and yeah, like walking in and walk out basically? Yeah, that's net migration, is it? Ah, sweet, yeah.
We will not pull out of international law.
we won't let a foreign court stand in our way.
International court.
Okay, next question. What is the ECHR? No idea.
No idea, sorry. I don't know what the figures in the first place, but honestly, we're no help.
Economic something. No idea.
I feel like it's like economic crisis.
Or ethical something.
A Bibi Stockholm asylum barge.
They are using barges, extortionate barges.
Do you know what the Bibi Stockholm is?
No.
That's a capital city, right?
Stockholm, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I know about it, though, yeah.
Never heard of that one.
No, not at all.
The number of people coming across the channel is at record numbers again.
Look, the numbers are too high. I've been Prime Minister 18 months. I inherited a set of numbers which were, as you said, extremely high.
How many illegal channel crossings happened last year?
So I hear so much about it. 400,000, there we go, boom.
87,000.
Like 1,000, I'm guessing.
At least over like 5,000 or something.
So it was 28,437 last year. What do you think about that number?
It's nice to know that all those people feel like the UK is a safe place, but then it's sad that like obviously all those people have had to leave somewhere.
We will increase the skilled worker earnings threshold.
We have called for the salary threshold to be increased.
Can you guess what that annual salary for a skilled worker visa would be?
35,000 maybe a year?
Yeah, I'd say around the same, 20,000.
I feel like it's gone up by like 5,000. It's like 30,000 now, isn't it?
22,000, just about 20.
So the answer is 38,700.
That's high.
That is quite high, yeah. Blimey.
I wouldn't even dream of having a job that I earn that much, ever.
It's a lot because even people in this country don't earn that amount.
So what is important to these young people in this election?
Housing, like, we're renting at the moment and it's so expensive.
NHS is a big one.
I'd like to go to uni, so anything that's going to decrease the cost of that.
How about you?
House prices, I think, no matter what house prices, because we're...
Helen Hodnott reporting and talking with younger voters. Let's come to your reactions to what you saw last night. Vasco in Manchester, who won and why? Good morning, Vasco.
Hi, good morning. I watch, my main issue is with immigration. I'm an immigrant myself, so the main issue is that at this moment in time, when I came to England 10 years ago, it was the net migration was under control, things were going well, all the services were working, housing was not perfect, but it was, I would say, acceptable. The NHS, the service were acceptable. Now it's all in disarray, and I think Rishi Sunak's track record is terrible. You pointed out several times his track record is terrible, but you listen to Keir Starmer, and it looks like worse. How do we want to have a deterrent? How are we going to negotiate? Or are we going to go after smugglers?
Well, which do you think would work?
I think, to be fair,
I think the main issue should be cooperation with the French, with the French authorities. I think today, the way it is, the French almost make a safe path for all the migrants going through their country to come to England, and that is where it needs to stop.
What makes you think there will be cooperation when I point out there hasn't to date? So why might that change?
That's for the politicians to decide, but that is the only way, because we will not. There is no chance. There is not a chance in hell that whoever is smuggling the people in will stop smuggling, because it's very lucrative business. They are making millions every year. So we got, apparently, it's Albanese mafia. We got Greek guys. We got everybody that has a border with the EU smuggling people in.
Right.
And those guys are making a lot of money. We can't go arrest them in their country, because if their authorities don't give a damn, and that's the reality, sorry for the expression, because probably they have politicians in their pockets even, because it is what it is. We will have to do other with France or find a way to stop the boats.
Okay. I mean, they have tried. We're sending £400 million to try and get more cooperation with the French, and even then, we still see them effectively pushing the dinghies off and hoping it'll get to the middle of the channel. Vasco, thank you. More calls. Philip, you'll be the next caller on that. Also, coming up later in the hour, Labour will pledge to turbocharge careers advice and work experience in schools. Shadow Education Secretary will be joining us later in the hour. We might put her some questions about that VAT policy, of course, for private schools. And as Gamblegate rages on...
So what are the odds on next week's general election? I'm David Williams from the Rank Group, and I'll be bringing all the latest betting for those of you, politicians aside, who are yet to have a bet.
It's 8:30. Breakfast with me, Nick Ferrari, and LBC. The news then, Thomas Watts.
It's now just a week until polling stations open for the general election. Rishi Sunak and Sir Keir Starmer have taken part in their final head-to-head debate with robust exchanges on tax, gender and betting.